Hi, this is Dean Lamb, Architectural Engineering Design Instructor at Clover Park Technical College. Welcome to a very brief history of our college. The present-day location of Clover Park Technical College's main campus goes back to about 100 years to when it was wide open prairie land here in Lakewood, or what would become the city of Lakewood. In 1914, a wooden oval racetrack was constructed of 2x6s with banked ovals. This was a very dangerous track to drive on for the automobiles at that time. Nevertheless, many races were held between 1914 and 1921, and they attracted such famous drivers as Eddie Rickenbacker, Terrible Teddy Tetzlaff, Earl Cooper, and Gaston Chevrolet. Later on, the site became the Mueller-Harkins Field, as shown in this aerial photo, looking east. The hangar building on the left was the Mueller-Harkins hangar, and there was a dirt runway. You can see that there's a number of small airplanes that are parked along that dirt runway in this photo. In 1928, a national air race terminated or ended here on the West Coast at this field, the Edsel Ford Trophy. Once again, visitors from all over the nation were being attracted to this fairly barren piece of land, or prairie land, in this part of Tacoma. During World War II, the Seabees constructed a large naval supply base on this site. This consisted of a number of large concrete block warehouses of substantial construction. They were designed to withstand any bombs or mortars that might fall in this area should that occur. It was connected by rail lines to the ports that served all of the Navy vessels around Puget Sound, including many naval docking facilities as well as boat building facilities. In this photo, from the lower left corner to the upper right corner runs Steilacoom Boulevard. You can still see visible in the lower left corner the Mueller-Harkins hangar, which exists to this day. If there's any one individual that should be credited with the birth of Clover Park Technical College, it would be Fred Miner. Fred was a native of Nebraska and paid for his own aviation mechanic school and pilot training during World War II. He vowed at the end of the war in 1945 to find a location somewhere in the country where he could pass on those skills and teach some of the vital skills that our nation would be needing in this new and emerging industry. When he landed in this area, he was fortunate enough to meet Art Hutloff, shown on the right here, who would become superintendent of the Clover Park School District. At that time, they were in the process of developing plans for a new Clover Park High School, and Fred was able to convince Art and the board that it was critical to have some shop-type facilities that could be used to teach the aviation trades. Lillard Swall, shown at the center, became the first director of vocational education for the Clover Park School District. In 1949, Art applied for and received a grant of several acres of land at the former Navy supply base from the federal government. This was developed over the next several years, expanding to over 75 vocational programs on this campus. This photo from 1987 shows a runway facility that was constructed for our aviation programs, and it shows several of the new buildings. Once again, this is a photo looking west, with Steilacoom Boulevard running from the lower left to the upper right corner. You can see in the lower left corner we have the Mueller-Harkins building. I was fortunate enough at that time to be the project architect for 4 of the new buildings that were designed and constructed between 1980 and 1985. The Health Occupations Building, the Electronics Building, the Distributive Education Building, and the Graphics Building, or Building 19, which ironically I am now teaching in as a full-time architectural instructor. We have had many and storied individuals that have worked at Clover Park. I encourage you all to read the book The Way It Was. It was developed by Wilbur Snyder, one of the directors, from 1976 to 1980. It's over 100 pages long, has interesting stories, anecdotes, and pictures of some of the early pioneers. We have attracted a cast of characters here and some tremendous technical knowledge that has been passed on in a very unique way to thousands of students that have gone on to great success. Please look this book up and enjoy its contents. I hope you enjoy working here as much as I do.